Welcome to Orion. For those unaware, this is a visual novel that was released on Steam on Monday. It's something that I've been watching for a little while to come out. To give you a brief summary of the premise here, it's a space visual novel, and basically you're given a warning that you exclusively receive that your home is going to be destroyed. And that sets off a series of events where the choices you make will determine whether or not you can save it or various other things happening. So, on that note, let's just go ahead and jump right in. New game. And you may have noticed it is voice acted, so I'm actually going to be fairly quiet here, probably talking just for the various choices or when something important comes up that needs explaining. But sadly, you missed this line due to the music not cutting out as quickly. What a lovely surprise.
You know why I'm here. Don't look so shocked.
I'm not surprised that you came, just that you came alone.
Are you saying I should feel threatened, sir?
Threatened? Not any more than you are out there.
I know you still want to go through with it, but I implore you to consider the consequences.
They've been considered. The decision's been made. It's now only a question of when.
We'll lose our humanity over this.
No, Kiyomi. No, this will be our salvation.
Prologue, 2452, January 31st. Again? I haven't had a night without these dreams, these nightmares. It's always the same thing, a dark room with unknown voices, with the feeling that they're ready to hurt me, to break me. Whether it's the low whispers or the sounds of metal, I'm not sure. But I do know one thing. Whatever I'm seeing, it's not meant for me.
Hey, you don't look ready to go.
Don't say.
Another 5 minutes.
I don't want us to be late. Come on.
I keep quiet even as I sit up on the bed. It's hard to speak after nights like this. Not that there's much to say anyway.
Same thing.
I nod, but can't look in his eyes. It's just too hard.
And the medicine did nothing.
I shake my head. He nods, understanding, before offering a supportive smile. Huh, I guess I actually do have to read all this. I thought I just had to read the description, like the narrative sections, like saying who's doing what, the actual action segments, but I guess I have to voice our character. I don't know if that's Luca or Loka. I'm going with Loka for the moment, and if I find out later it's different, I'll change it then. Loka, I don't know where I'd be without him. He's not just my brother. My attachment to him isn't due to some requirement of life. No, Loka's the kind of person I want to be. He's my mentor, my greatest friend. My parents died when I was little, so I never got the chance to meet them, but Loka remained strong. He was the one who took care of me. It was hard, but he didn't mind. Not many people can say that about their real parents.
I just hate that nothing seems to work, Sam. Every day you wake up with those terrible images in your head, and I just want you to be okay.
I am, Luca. You don't need to worry. I can handle it.
Okay, now he's talking. I'm off the hook.
I don't want you to have to, though. Of all the things in your life, sleep should be your solitude. Your chance for peace.
Or not. I offer him my own smile. It's not much, but it's the least he deserves for everything he's done.
There's something going on up there that we need to fix.
Fix?
If something's hurting you, we need to get rid of it.
It doesn't hurt, Luca. It's just annoying, I guess.
I'm lying. He knows it too.
We'll have to see a doctor later this week.
I look towards the door, then back at my brother. That same concerned expression seemed melded onto his features. I try smiling again, though now it didn't seem as real. I tried smiling again. I just read that.
I'm glad that you care that much.
My brother moves forward and wraps his arms around my back, embracing me tightly.
You're the only thing I have left. You're my little brother, Sam, and I just want to keep you safe. Whether it's from bad people or bad dreams.
I mouth the words that are difficult to say aloud, if only because the silence felt so powerful. Yet he still heard me.
Love you too, Sam.
And I missed how his name is pronounced, damn it. Loka let go and stood up from the bed.
I need to go check on breakfast.
Okay, I'll get ready for the assembly.
He walks to the door and turns to me before he leaves.
Just call me if you need something. I'll be close by.
To see Loka so torn up is horrible. But at least we have something interesting today. Or perhaps a better word is distracting. Honestly, there's not much I'd call fun around here. Spaceship Orion is a utopia, but utopia can be and is boring. Just like that, I was alone in my room again. That's the funny irony of private places. You get freedom, but lose companionship. Right now, I couldn't decide which one I want more. I dress myself before I walk to the kitchen. That's where I see my brother in the process of making breakfast. Of course, I don't eat a lot on most days. My friend Cyrus says that's why I'm skinny as a stick, but I don't care. I hate people who try to impress others with their appearance.
Sam, can you at least eat some of the eggs I made you? You barely get any. These were our last two.
But I'm not that hungry.
I can't believe I let you. You're eating them, and you're eating them now.
Oh!
The assembly's gonna have everyone in Section 6. And you remember last year, right?
Whatever.
You fainted, Sam. I'm not letting that happen again.
Okay, I'll eat your damn eggs. I'm 16, I should be able to decide whether to eat eggs or not.
Shut up and eat your damn breakfast, man. Loka must have heard me since he shoves my shoulder.
Hey!
Eat. You've got 5 minutes.
I am!
I must admit, the reason I don't just love my brother but admire him is because he puts up with me.
I think it's coming from your backpack. No, keep eating. I'll get it for you.
Okay, there's a very, very faint ringing sound here. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can barely hear it. Loka walks over to the table and opens my bag, taking out my holopad. That's strange. I only use that for school stuff and the occasional gaming with friends. Usually that kind of beeping means...
You got a message. Take it.
Thanks for not opening it.
I couldn't even if I wanted to. The passwords are crazily complex.
I decided to look at whatever message I got, waving off my brother. Message from Virgil. Who the hell is that? Message is going to be sent from one holopad to another, and they always include the name of the sender. This is strange.
Oh, shit, I totally spaced out. We only have 10 minutes.
But I haven't had a chance to read this yet.
You can deal with that later. Just put it in your bag so we can go.
I pretend I can't hear him. My strategy fails.
Don't make me say it again.
He takes the pad out of my hands and puts it back in the bag.
Jeez, you're persistent.
We walk relatively fast towards the assembly area, even though the people around us didn't seem hurried in the slightest.
Hey, Luca, can I ask you a question?
Can this wait?
I'm just curious about something.
We both knew that was the key word to get him to talk. He can't pass up the chance to teach me something. He sees it as one of his most important jobs.
Since we're going to the assembly, it got on my mind again.
More like I wasn't satisfied with his answers last time.
Is this about unionism?
I nod, trying my best not to look too judgmental.
I still don't understand your answer from last time.
Well, look at it this way. If we just had self-interest to keep us going, people would have the incentive to start hoarding stuff. The only way to get rid of that selfishness is for something greater to bind us all together.
And to those who can't work,
Like I said last time, that's just a hypothetical. It never happens.
I want to press him on this point, as I know their oversight of the work process is extremely focused, but I hold back. I could tell by the way he kept looking ahead that he didn't want to discuss this anymore. The two of us never agree on everything, no siblings do. But bringing up my thoughts about unionism outside the house was uncomfortable for him. While Orion banned alternate spiritual groups, talking was never prescribed. Yet I was never able to pin down what made him so defensive about it. The Orion spaceship, sometimes called the Orion Ring, is one of a series of 8 such stations around the Earth. They are created to help ease the population crisis on the planet below. People from every corner of the globe live here. We try our best to be united. If they're from all over the globe, good luck with that. Every February 10th, people of each section meet in unison to elect our leaders, 10 days before we have the nominating ceremony. Since our culture places great prestige on those in government, our leaders, this ceremony has become implicitly spiritual. But what would I know? I'm just a kid who others like to pick on. I do my best to get through, but I have to count on my friends and family to keep me strong. And though sometimes I have trouble understanding why, I relish the chance to see my larger family in the assembly. I have faith in those around me. I know I can succeed. The nomination ceremony takes place as a part of a shipwide festival. Each of the 9 sections has their own variations, but I've always liked the one here. Section 6 is a series of PAX games held in the public parks.
Good. We made it.
And we're early, too. I didn't have to rush.
The food will be there when we get back.
It was then that I saw the PAX gamers themselves. Most of them gather in groups at these sort of things. You can think of it as a big club of annoying pricks. PAX, of course, the most complex, immersive simulation game ever invented. While I appreciate the technology behind it, I don't care for the game itself. The fact that mostly bullies play it doesn't help much either.
Are you able to see everything from there, Sam?
I'm not that short.
Yes, you are.
Man, you have got to relax. You can't stay mad the whole day.
Watch me. I'll blow your mind.
Wonder if his name might be a reference to one of the hobbits.
Whatever you say, little man.
Every year, someone from the ship council greets each section to guide the nomination process. They usually talk about the same old boring stuff. The only fun part is seeing which people get picked. I can be picked, actually, since I turned 16 last week. I can vote for the first time, too. You might be asking why we put such an emphasis on our government. In such a closed environment like Orion, the things our leaders do affect everything, from the amount of kids you can have to how much food you eat. It truly matters.
Men and women of Section 6, I am honored to open this, the annual nomination ceremony.
Ah, they picked Kiyomi Muranami, the Deputy Director of Orion. That's an upgrade from last year when we got the Health Administrator.
I am also delighted to declare that an additional 47 of you have reached the age of maturity over the past year. All new 16-year-olds are assigned 1 vote.
Okay, I could go into a little detail here, but I'm curious about the 1 vote and why 16 is considered the age of maturity, since as civilizations develop, usually that age gets pushed higher and higher up. In our present day, that's lower than what it currently is, which raises questions. On Orion, votes are distributed based on how much you contribute to your department. Great workers can get up to 10 votes, while those who do little to nothing only get 1. It's an incentive to work for the good of everyone, something that goes to the very heart of our society. The union of the call brings strength to us all, or so the saying goes.
Hey, which department are you going to apply for?
I already told you. Central Computers.
The Central Computing Division handles the system that connects all technology on Orion. From a single unified location, everything is managed. Obviously, the security getting where close is incredibly high.
That's really hard to get into.
I groaned, trying yet again to ignore him.
It is honestly too easy to get under your skin.
The rest of the assembly went as planned. A few people were nominated. People my age were taught how to vote at the meeting in 10 days, and we submitted our preliminary department requests. The rest of the day would have gone by in the same monotonous way if not for what my brother did.
I'm really sorry, Sam, but I need to head to engineering earlier than usual today.
What? Why?
My supervisor got pissed at me yesterday for taking you to the med center.
But I was sick.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You know the way back, so you'll be fine.
Yeah. See you then.
Loka forced me to walk home alone from the assembly. I was mad at him, as any brother would be, but I didn't hold it against him. It was because of the stupid system we have here on the ship. Work above all other things, even people. The walk back wasn't a long one. It should have taken me just a few minutes, but like Loka had said, but instead his absence causes more problems than I expected.
Oh, look who it is! I bet you missed us, Sammy.
These two. They've always been mad at me since I told on them for their antics a few years ago. Seems like it's every week that I run into them. Sometimes just some nasty words, other times it's even worse. I've come home with a bruise or two in the last few weeks. I never want to worry Loka, so I always do my best to hide it. Now look at my luck. I've been left in their torment.
Don't speak to it, Zavera. I'm still not convinced it's capable of thinking.
Aw, but he looks so cute when he's shaking.
Shut up.
Oh, did you say something? You'll have to be louder if you want my attention.
I freeze up every time I'm around them. It's like they know exactly what to say that'll hurt me most. And that's what I hate about this whole thing most of all. I want to do something, I really do, but I hesitate.
Hello? Anyone there? Told you it's stupid.
I don't like it when you say that. I'm not stupid.
Ooh, what you gonna do, Zach?
Nothing. It's a waste of our time.
You're just afraid that I'll fight back.
My heart drops in my stomach when Zachary got right up to me. He must be at least 6 inches taller.
Fight back. Then do it. Hit me, Sam.
Look at Zach being all tough. This is great.
Shut up, Zev. Ignore her. If you want to hit me, do it. But I'll warn you. I know at least 10 ways to disable you without having to leave a mark.
I thought my heart was going to explode out of my chest. Zachary wasn't a big guy, just tall. But everyone knew he was the greatest strategist on the entire ship. There's a reason the Kaito siblings are the best PAX team on Orion.
I'm waiting.
So the Whale siblings? Are maybe their last names all come from constellations, perhaps? I didn't know what to do. If I hit him, I'd start something I know I couldn't finish. But I don't want to just take this. I'm tired of them being mean to me. It's been weeks, months even, and their abuse never seems to let up. I grit my teeth to prevent myself from shaking, but the decision is a hard one to make. Do I take the chance to try to stop their bullying, or do I take it and search for another option? So, our two options are first choice of the game. Now, on account of being a hero, it would be best to try to solve things without violence, so we have to do this one and look for another way.
Pathetic. Don't speak up unless you got something to say.
Okay, throw some sand in his eyes. I was literally shaking in fear. This was the worst I'd ever been. I don't know why I even spoke up in the first place. I should have just gone home and ignored them.
Damn!
Is that?
Can I help you, Cyrus?
Actually, yes. I'd need to pull Sam to the side for some homework help. He promised he'd be free right after the assembly.
I sigh, relieved that my best friend had been around. It wasn't surprising since the assembly had ended, and yet I felt I owed him something. He always knew when I needed help.
Ugh, way to ruin the fun. Can't you stop him?
It doesn't matter.
I want to hug Cyrus as the Kaito's pair left, but I knew that would be an overreaction. I see that my fists are still clenched from the fear. It's so hard to shake that feeling.
Sam, they're gone. Come on, you're fine now.
Cyrus puts his hand on my shoulder and smiles. As he does so, my hands unclench themselves and I finally feel at ease. The best friends are those who know how to keep you from going crazy. It seems he's been around ever since I could remember.
You going to be alright?
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you helping me back there.
Of course. That's what friends are for.
I just wish I didn't have to deal with them all the time.
You forget about them. Let's get you home.
Cyrus refuses to take no for an answer, pulling my shoulder to start walking with him. I laugh and walk for myself. Thankfully, with Cyrus by my side, I have a friend I can trust. The two of us walk through the door to an empty home. Most likely, Loco will be at work all day. And since we don't have school today, we have hours and hours to relax and play. Not something we get often with being punished with duties on Orion.
Hey, Sam, if you want, I think there's a PAX game going on a few houses down.
I'll pass on that.
Not all gamers are bad, but the Kaito's twins leave a bad taste in my mouth whenever I think about PAX.
We should play something else. Here.
Like Pong.
Fine by me.
Before I turn from Cyrus, I had the urge to thank him again and again for saving me. not the kind of person who gets much sympathy in life, so the fact that anyone is kind enough to help me is a lot to take. I realize I've been standing there silent, and Cyrus just keeps smiling.
Well, are we gonna play something or what?
Oh, right. I think I have something in my room. I'll be just a second.
I hurry off to my room and search some games that we could play. The sound of my shoes on the cold ground echoed down the hallway. I don't know why, but for me, that's the sound of home. I put my bag down and began searching for a shelf for the games. Row after row, it was impossible to find the one I was looking for. But then, I heard something distracting. I couldn't tell where the sound was coming from. It was muffled by a sheet. Or my bag. That's the beeping from the holopad, in case you still can't hear it. I press a button on the side, logging myself in with my fingerprint. That same message from Virgil was listed. When I finally open it, I don't know how to react. The setting sun rises as the moon weeps. What could this possibly mean? As I've done before with strange messages, sometimes sent by bullies, I try to trace the sender. It refuses. None of my tricks seem to work. Either the sender was incredibly good at computers, or I was missing something. That's when it hit me.
Do a three-dimensional analysis.
Text messages are usually flat. That means it's just data that, when compiled, shows some letters. If you wanted to hide something, you could pretend a message was just text when in reality it had far greater depth. I remember a rumor that was how the revolutionaries who opposed the council communicate. Could this be them?
Sam, need me to help?
No, I got it!
I engaged the analysis, foregoing the concerns of silly games for now. Astounding. I was right. There was something far clearer in the message, something whomever sent this wanted someone like me to see. Someone who thinks in the complex way I can and love to do. But the message itself, it can't possibly be real.
Sam, what the heck are you doing? It's taking you this long to get some games.
I remained silent, glued to my holopad screen, where the revealed message was now visibly clear. I didn't even attempt to hide it. I was in too much shock.
You alright? What's that message say? Something from one of the bullies?
No.
Cyrus walks over to me, looking over my shoulder at the message.
Does that say what I think it does?
Yeah. Section 6 will be destroyed. 1201. February 10th. 2452.
That must be one wild election. And that concludes Chapter 1, I guess.
So, he's going to go through with it, yes?
And I'm going to put the break here. We'll just have the prologue thing be its own video, and I guess if this is broken up in chapters, I can use the chapter breaks to separate my videos. One thing that the devs did that will actually work out in my favor. But anyway, we'll call it quits here. Next time we pick up, we'll go into Chapter 1 and the first day of the 10 remaining. So until then, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.